Welcome again to video number 6. If you haven't watched the previous videos where I'm explaining all the different setups and everything that you can do with Ecamm live, I encourage you to do it. So go ahead and watch those videos, check the links below in the description box below, and you will see all the different things that you can set up, how you can set up the scenes, how you can place the overlays for you to understand the initial setup and the initial things that you need to know before you start presenting online. So today I'm going to be talking about one of the best things Ecamm Live has included into their system, which is the interview panel. Now you can bring up to 4 guests, and the good thing about that is you are going to be able to control the whole environment yourself, and you're not gonna have any issues like you had previously. So let's start with that, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so we are here, and if you don't see this panel, which is the interview panel, and remember, this is only for pro version. So if you're not in pro version, you're gonna have a free trial of 120 minutes only. Once you end up that free trial, you have to purchase the pro version. Believe me, if you're going to be doing interviews every week or very often, I encourage you to purchase the subscription. It's really worth it. So if you don't see the panel right here, let's say you open up Ecamm. If you don't see it, you see the little icon right here on the next, on the right side or the left side, depending on how you're looking at, on the main window. You press there and you're gonna be able to open it. So I'm going to show you the basics of the panel. Here in the panel, you have the option to show the name of the person. Let me just move this on the side. You can show the name of the person. You can hide the name. You can also replace the name of that person. Let's say you want to place a different name. You just type it and you want to show it. Boom. If you want to replace that, the settings there, you just double click it and you can change either the font size, the font style. You can place a background in it if you want to. And that's how you customize every single guest that is coming into your interview. You can create some animations in it, and you click save, and every time you start something, okay, if you replay scenes and you go back, every time you activate that particular scenes with where your guest is available, you're going to see the animation coming in. So that's how you replace the names. That's how you interact with the setup of the initial camera. Also, right here, as you can see in this menu, you can select the camera. This is my camera, and since I'm using 2 cameras, I have 2 options. If you have more cameras available, like I explained before, that you have another camera next to you, you can select it as well, and you can just bring it right here. Now, how you can bring guests online? Well, if you see right here at the bottom, there is a copy link. That link is unique for every interview. Not every person who you're bringing in is just for this particular interview. So you copy this and you send that by email or by text. Once they click on the link, they're gonna be able to access the interview. And I'm going to see right here one of the options to accept or not the person who's coming in. One thing before I bring my guest into the room, the basic requirements that you need to be aware of is if you're using a PC or a Mac, you have to have at least 10 megabytes of bandwidth. If you are the person who is going to be interviewed, you have to have at least 5 megabytes in your internet connection. Also, you can access the platform. You don't have to have access to Ecamm Live app, but you can have access to iPhone device, Android device, any computer, including PC or Mac, and you can access the system that way. You don't have to be registered with them. And once you send the link, they just click the link and they're going to be able to access the interview. I'm going to bring my first guest. She's using a PC and a Windows platform, and this is what they're looking at their computer. When they click the link, they're going to be able to access the interview. Right here, you can see that it shows up a little sound. Someone is wanting to join the interview, so you click the green button so you can give them access to it. And this is Sari. Hey Sari! If you see the different menus we have right here, and she has a green screen. One of the good things about the other person having a green screen is I can manage and I can change the background that she's on. So, and I can do that by activating the camera effects. So in this part, I'm going to activate my guest called Sari. So that way I can have control, full control of their environment. So I click the green screen and now I can change the screen on the end. So I can play with it. I can adjust how it looks. I can also make her transparent and I can just decide what I want to do. I can select my own graphics and I can place a different graphic on the end. Now, oh wow, look at that. If you don't like that, you can create your own background and you can add it to your own guest, or you can also add it to yourself. So this is how much room you have to improve your interview. You can also control their sound if you want to bring her on the main screen for people to see her and you want to be next to her. The same thing, you can either in your keyboard to click that shift and click the yourself or your camera, you can be next to each other. If you want to bring another guest, like I'm going to do so you can do it that way. Now, you can also access, and this is how it looks when you're coming from a Mac computer and also an iOS device. And the person who is in the another room, she's going to access the system with two different names. And remember, you can have access to this system with up to 4 guests. So we have Dalia join us. Hey Dalia. Now, as you can see, we have someone with a green background that you can play with it, and we have someone with just a regular background. Now, you can also change how, let's say for example, Dalia is looking kind of dark. She doesn't have too much lighting. So we are gonna go again right here and select Dalia, and we are going to brighten her a little bit more. We are going to change the temperature so it looks more appealing. And as you can see, this is how much you can do with this. If you want to change locations, let's say I want to mirror her, you can do that. So if you want to kind of play around, you can switch and make her go upside down. So if you want to create, let's say for example, you want to create a different scene, and let's say you want to bring both guests at the same time and they're discussing about a specific topic, you can do that. So let's call these double guests, and I'm going to bring in this scene. I just want to make sure is selected, and I'm going to bring Dalia, and then I'm going to bring Sari, right? With these controls right here, you can change either one who is in the right or left, and the same thing right here. If you want to bring just Dalia, or if you want to bring just Sari. So again, you can have access to everything right here. If I want to bring myself to the interview, I just click here, and the 3 of us, we are going to be available on the same screen. And remember, nobody's going to be seeing anything of this but you, so you can have full access to everything. And people will see, and then we can start talking to each one of our guests. Alright, so one of the things also I want to mention is that when you're using a PC or a Mac computer, you have the option to share the screen. If you want to share your screen, you have a little button right here, and as you can see, and they can share their screen if they are doing a presentation on something, so you can bring that up also to Ecamm Live. If you are using an iPhone or Android device, you're not gonna be able to see that button, so make sure of that. If you are using also Mac or PC, to use Chrome. It works much better with Chrome. Or you can also use Safari, but I suggest to you to use Chrome. So let's just on Sari device to click the share button. Let's say for example she is talking about a particular video or any type of things she's explaining in her channel or something. So she's sharing that, and What I can do is I can bring that right here, and now the people who is watching your presentation, they're going to be able to see this. Now, if you want to bring her with the option of her to be right here as a PIP or picture in picture, you can also remember you can change this by going into options, picture in picture, and you can just change how this thing looks, right? So this is how nice you can set up your presentation. You can just bring it here, or you can use a transparent background, and let's say I want her to be square. Now, if you're using an iPhone device or an Android device, or you can also use an tablet or any type of device besides a computer, this is how it looks. Now, other end, on your cell phone device, they don't have that option of the share screen. That's only available when you're using a PC or a Mac computer. So right here, I can do the same thing. I can use the same links, and I can use the same styles, or I can play with the same buttons as I was playing with them before. So let's say, for example, Dalia wants to share their screen in her computer, but at the same time looking at her cell phone device. So she can share the screen. Now she has shared the screen, but she's still looking right here, you know, where I can see her also, because she's using two devices at the same time. She's using the iPhone device and she's using the Mac computer. Now I want to bring her right here, the same theme, the same way. So I can do this, and I can bring it right here next to the presentation. Now, one of the good things, let's say they're discussing the same topic, right? And they want to be next to each other, but the main theme is going to be the presentation. So I can bring both of them at the same time in the same picture in picture by just clicking them. You can have now both. Let's just change this a little bit to white. So now they can be both discussing something about the same presentation. This is how much room, again, you have to improve and to move things around. Let's say you want to have one on top of the other one. You can just come here, the same picture in picture, and look at this. This is how nice this looks. It looks very professional. It looks very, very appealing, very engaging. And everybody who has been watching your presentation, they are going to have a very nice information about what they're explaining. And you can organize all this by putting on different scenes, like I have done previously. So if you don't know how the scenes work and how the camera overlays, or how the sound, or how the graphics in general work, that's why I encourage you to watch the previous videos, for you to have the whole knowledge in order for you to start increasing and becoming a more professional presenter online. And with this new thing that Ecamm Live has implemented in their system, you're gonna have full access to have a very professional live streaming experience. Now, if you want to finish their interview, once you are done with everything, you just click the red button on all of them, and they're gone. And there you have done, or you have finished with your presentation. All right, guys, so have you seen on this video how to work with the interview panel? All the different things that you can do with it, all the different details, and how you can start bringing a new guest using a Mac computer, an Apple computer, or an iPhone device, or any Android. They're going to look the same. You know exactly what you need to do, how you can set up your scenes based on the things that you want to do. If you want to have the guest talking at the same time, if you want to have access to their system, if they're using a green screen, if not, so you now have a basic knowledge and to have a more professional live streaming experience when you are online. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I see you on the next one. Bye.